Let me pause this. Y'all mean to tell me that this book starts off at the very end of the last book? I'm in love already. There's no guesswork. It's there. It's in our faces. And I did not expect what has happened to Sebastian. I mean, I kind of thought he was what is happening to him right now already. So I feel like, what was I reading in book one? I don't know. I'm here for the fast pace. Let's start it off. Start it off right now with what's happening. Yes, I can be here for this. Just a moment of honesty here. I personally didn't think that Sebastian and Celine relationship was really solidified in the first book. I felt like it was more of a introductory to what was happening with them. I didn't feel like it had a strong hold. So I'm only a chapter or two listening, and the author or the narrator, not even the narrator, Odette, keeps talking about Sebastian and the only person he ever loved, Celine. And even Sebastian even talked about she being the only person he ever loved. But I truly do not remember Sebastian and Celine having this intense affection for each other. I don't know. Am I missing something? Do y'all remember something? Because right now I feel very confused and feel like this love is being forced upon me in a way, because I don't remember it. I'm sitting here trying to think, and I don't remember it being that strong. I just remember the monsters like really hunting Celine down and her being stubborn. I remember her and Sebastian, crossing paths, saying a few words, that type of thing. But I don't remember this intense love. So I'm like, where did it come from? Yeah, make it make sense. Hey y'all, I'm back. So I have so many thoughts about The Damned. Sorry if you see me like doing some weird stuff with my lip. I cut it, so here we are with that. I had to step away to put on a little Blistex. I couldn't really be out here in these streets with chapped lips, so it's a no. I hope this GoPro is really doing its like stabilizing thing, because I'm definitely gonna be moving it a lot. Or maybe I should figure out a way to get it to stand. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so is this a better position? I don't know. Again, the asthma is real, so I'll be breathing heavy. So I'm at the part in The Dam where we are really starting to get reintroduced to someone from Sebastian's past. And when I say shocked, yeah, that is what I'm gonna say. Now, at this point, I've already read the book, but I didn't have enough time to vlog because life and other responsibilities got in the way. So I wrote down everything that I was thinking of as I was listening to this book, and I'm going to talk about it now as I sit down and talk to y'all about it. So far, I'm going to say that I really enjoyed The Dam way more than I enjoyed book one, which is strange because I think that I gave this book 3 or 4 stars on Goodreads, but I still am invested in the series. I hate to say it, but your girl loved Vampire Diaries, loved the originals, currently watching the legacies. I'm invested. I feel like I'm here now, so here we are. When I originally read this book, I read it for Nolan's Reads, and I'll put the link somewhere up here over there. And I read it for Nolans reads thinking that I would be able to talk about like the New Orleans aspect of it. And I will say in book 2, I didn't get much of cultural references to New Orleans. I was able to get some questions answered to some critiques I gave about book 1, which was in book 1, I felt like there was no references to the POCs, the other marginalized people in the area in this time period, and those things were addressed in book 2. Going back to me being shocked about someone from Sebastian Pass coming back, y'all, what? Huh? I also was not expecting the outcome of Sebastian's uncle. I did not think that, I think his name is Nicodemus, path would have been like this. And I'm trying my best to not do some spoilers, but the commentary vlog is spoilers, so you'll get some spoilers there. I will say in the beginning of me reading this book, I was really not fully here for Odette because she killed a woman in this video, and the way she did it, it just felt very rash and rushed, and I just had some problems with it. And then as the book went along, I began to have more nicer feelings for Odette. And then y'all, I was very close of crying because of a situation that happened with Odette, but I think that my love or extreme like has been restored in Odette, so I think that's a good thing. There was a steamy scene. I don't know if y'all gonna be ready for that, but I'm telling you that I wasn't. It was the shoulder description for me. It needs to be celebrated. Honestly and truthfully, it was most definitely the shoulder description. It needs to be celebrated. And then I kept referring back to her being like, yeah, show me the fangs. I was like, sis, what? So, you know, different strokes for different folks. So I was not expecting Sebastian to really be on like that straight and arrow, like trying to be the best version of himself path. I think him having a conversation with the guy who owned the restaurant was really, really helpful for him in his transition. And I think that character was definitely needed. You guys, it is midnight and people are driving around this town on motorcycles or have bad mufflers. I don't know which one, but it's like, really? People are trying to sleep. Am I trying to sleep? No, but I just feel like this is a small town. There's going to be a Facebook post about this tomorrow. I guarantee. Celine's friend, I believe her name is Pippi or something with the P. You guys, she's on to something. Keep your eye on her. I do think that she is a good friend to Celine. And in a lot of ways, I feel like Celine didn't deserve her. Also, throughout this book, I understand that it is a YA fantasy. I get that. However, I'll say it again. I've said it before. The reason why I struggle with YA fiction is because of that teenage stage. I'm so far removed from it that when I recognize it or see it, it's no longer relatable. It's just annoying. So her being like, you have to tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. I'm losing my mind.
I found that comment to be very suspect.
Just constantly whining about it. I was just like, sis. On the flip side of that, I think I can relate because what if something happened to me and I lost my memory and I'm just getting like glimpse of it? I would freak out and be like, God, somebody help me put the pieces back. So in a lot of ways, I was like, sis, I see you. But it also was equally frustrating. So I found myself like on this, what is it? Like a teeter saw, you know, that saw that goes up and down. I found myself like doing that. Such is life. I will say, I love how Renee Ahdieh ends the book with like some quest or something new that's about to happen, or just like the perfect sentence. So I felt like the very last sentence of this book was really good. I love a good, I don't even know how to describe it, but I just love when books end like that. Another author who end books like that in the series is Maureen Johnson from the Truly Devious YA mystery series. Love the way she ends a book and take you to the next one. It's fantastic. Also, there's a character, Jay, and Jay is somebody that, you know, Odette and Sebastian has been knowing for a very long time. I would say Odette has been knowing Jay way longer than Sebastian, because Sebastian is like a new vampire, and Odette, I think she was a vampire for a very long time. So there was a character named Jay who I really felt for. I really felt for Jay. I felt that Jay was really trying to do his best and be his best, and he ended up doing something that really affected other people in the coven, other people in his like coven family, and I felt so bad for him. But I was trying my best to not to get emotional on that part, because he just seemed so level-headed. So level-headed, even though he was in the midst of being defeated, even though he knew that the end was coming and the end was near. He just was a great character. I really appreciated his character. I don't know why. I may have already said it in this video about the person that came from Sebastian's past, but the vengeance, the hate, the detesting of Sebastian was real. Was so real. And in a lot of ways I felt like it was unnecessary and cruel to fully put the blame on Sebastian. Even though I'm not Team Sebastian most times, I do think I like him more in this book than I did in book one. But the struggle. And let's talk about Michael for a little bit. So Michael is the detective who is trying to figure out what's happening and what's going on with all these murders that's happening in New Orleans. And he really got a thing. He got a thing for our girl Celine. And Celine really, she tried. Did she succeed? No, it didn't. It didn't happen. Alexa, did Celine love Michael? Yeah, so y'all didn't hear her, but she said hell no. And I just really felt that in my spirit. I was like, girl, you can't be trying to put a circle in a triangle. It just don't work that way. But she tried. She tried. Failed, but she tried. Our guy Michael just really had some secrets. He really had some secrets. I felt in a lot of ways he felt that he was owed Celine and like she deserved to be with him.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Very unattractive, Michael. Very unattractive. But did our girl Celine play you like a fiddle, like a flute? She played you like a drum in Mardi Gras season. She did. She did. You were played. Do I feel for you? Yes. But you never, will never get to make claims on another person's body. But in this case, a woman's body. A woman's body is her own, period. I hit myself in the face, but we're just going to move past that. But yeah, so that's most of my thoughts about The Beautiful. And I'm a little sad that I had to like sit here and talk about it instead of like doing vlogging things. But yeah, so I'm going to go and do some laundry. and try to finish this book that I'm listening to right now called Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse, I believe is her last name. I'll correct that in the description box if I said that wrong. I thought about vlogging that one, and I don't know why I didn't, and I'm already too deep now. I'm already too deep, and my notes don't quite make sense. Anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you have nothing to say, put a crystal ball in the comments so I know that you're watching. And I mean crystal ball emoji. Talk to you later. Bye.